Morning, brethren. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. May God bless you. Thank you for joining my channel and thank you for patronizing us. Kindly stay tuned with us always. Um, my name is Pastor Yemi Omugboyega. May God Almighty continue to bless you. And please subscribe to our channel. Press the notification button so that you get to know when we upload new videos. At the same time, please share our videos. Pass your comments as you deem fit. God bless you. Now, just a quick one tonight or this day. I'm going to talk on a topic. It's a straight talk. And I'm going to talk on a topic which says Donald Trump's threat, threat to Nigerians and Africans in the diaspora is a timely warning to every one of them. Donald Trump's threat to Nigerians in particular and to Africa in general is a timely warning to every African to remember their home. Let me sing a song in Yoruba. I hope I'll be able to translate it to English somehow. Àjòmọ́re orí mi sì mí délé, àjò làwa Olúwa sì wá délé, àjò láre Olúwa sì wá délé o, àjò làwa Olúwa sì wá délé o, óyá. Bá mi kí èmi o kò bá mi kí bá mi, bá mi kí èmi o kò bá mi kí bá mi. Àjòmọ́re Olúwa sì mí délé o, óyá. Maybe I should remember Orlando Awazone that says, I can't remember the beginning of it now. It says, B'ewúrẹ́ bá jẹ lọ, àrèlé, bágùntàn bá jẹ, àrèlé o, a jẹ ìwẹ̀yìn, òun ló bẹ̀lẹ̀dẹ̀ jẹ. Ilé mi bàbá o, má délé, a jẹ ìwẹ̀yìn, ṣóun ló bẹ̀lẹ̀dẹ̀ jẹ. Ilé mi bàbá o, má délé o. Now, I woke up to open up to TikTok 3 days ago, and what I woke up to meet was Donald Trump's comments. First, about Davido. Davido, one of our great musicians in Nigeria. I considered Donald Trump's comments about Davido a fatherly, morally sound, at the same time a good rebuke, a good caution that if Davido would listen to that, it may help to revamp his image and the image of Nigeria and Nigerians altogether. He did say that he had had occasion to advise Davido to stop running after women, that he loved women more than even his family, and that he watched a video where Davido was begging for another round, and then he pleaded with Davido to change from this kind of bad habit, to turn a new leaf. That sounded so good to me. I said, oh, this is marvelous coming from Donald Trump. I was so happy to see that. It's something that I saw that came out of love, and I took that in. Then, before I go on to the second aspect of, let me talk about the song that I sang. It's still about the title that I gave to this passage. You see, every one of our Africans, I know the major focus is on Nigerians. I will still come to that. Every African should always remember their homes. No matter how rosy any country may be, yes, they are good, they are greener pastures and everything, you know. But please, I plead with you once more, do not forget your home. And indeed, that's what Ebenezer Obey, who sang the first song, and Dr. late Dr. Orlando Owo, who sang the second song. That's the gist of the theme of their songs, uh, which is a very good one. Timely advice for every one of us. Now, let me go to the second aspect of it that really uh, weakened me to my bone marrows. Honestly, I've never been able to place who Donald Trump is. Honestly, up to today, he did the presidency with all that the comments he passed about Africans that were no good or were good for nothing, or that it's like our brain is black, that the only thing we need to know is to enjoy luxuries, and we don't value life. We are not particularly creative, forgetting that uh, in America today, the NASA group is incomplete without Nigerians there, and of course other Africans, because which means that um, we are equally as talented as any human race. But let's leave that alone. And you discover that this man passed that comment then. Then one of the things he said when uh, I remember the video that trended then. You know, when Donald Trump won the first presidency that time, I saw the Muslims who were praying at the period of the announcement rushing. In fact, they did not complete that prayer. Everybody rushed out because they were afraid that trouble had come, because Donald Trump has never spared his word concerning some nations, especially the some Muslim nations. So after Donald Trump, the moment he won, it was fear that took over. Then coming to Nigeria and Africans in diaspora, Donald Trump has never hidden his feelings about Nigerians in particular. And that, but this time around, vying for the second attempt to come to the presidency, has advanced that discussion. Apart from sweeping the entire African race, this time around, it narrowed down specifically to Nigerians. And that one, Nigerians, of course, it threatened that one, Nigerians, in fact, he has already issued a 30-day ultimatum for Nigerians to return to their home countries. That, you know, if they fail to return, that he would use them for slave trade. Number two, he told Nigerians that he will come to Nigeria. He will send his FIB now to visit Nigeria and capture all the Yahoo boys in Nigeria. And he specifically mentioned the places that will be visited: Abuja, Enugu, I think in Lagos is there. If it's there, it's not there. He's talking about up to the up north, some places in Nigeria. So this man knew the Nigerian terrain even more than we thought they do. So he said they will come in and remove those ones. To me, had it been that it is done with good intention, I wouldn't mind if somebody comes from anywhere. In fact, it should please help us to add Boko Haram and add the kidnappers to the list of the people that will help us to target. That would have meant a help to this nation because they are all in the same category. And let's leave that. Then the one that actually touched me most is the one that he now came to the governmental level. He said, when I become the president, I will make sure that I ask the Nigerian government to pay back all the debts that Nigeria owes the United States of America. And then if they don't pay, I will use Nigerians as for slavery or for slave trade. This one weakened me to my bone marrows because I looked at the Nigerians that are in that place. Everybody rushed away from here, thinking that America is a greener pasture, is a place that they can survive the hardship that we have in Nigeria, is a place that you can call, just like the average American would say, God's own country, which, if you ask me, I am as Nigerian as I am an American, even though the only link I still had with America so far is to pay a visit for holiday and return to my country. But I love America, let me tell you. I can't hide that. I love America. If I had my way, I would have loved to spend not less than 6 months in America, then 6 months in Nigeria. I love these two countries. However, with this signal that Donald Trump is giving, it's, you see, it's like you think you love somebody and you want to move closer to that person for mutually beneficial relationship, but that person is repelling you. Nobody enjoys that. You see, I really love America just as I love Nigeria. I've never hidden my love for Nigeria. I've never hidden my love for Ekiti State, where I come from. I've never hidden my love for Ekiti State, where I come from, my town, the city of praise. I've never hidden my love for my larger corporate family members. I've never hidden. I profess them and I enjoy doing what I know will promote the corporate image of my family, as well as my state, as well as my dear country, Nigeria, as well as even the world at large. But also, I love America so much. But, you see, it's like a slave that is freed and he thinks he's already free. And anytime you relate with him, you as the so-called superior person, or you see yourself as a master, you are always constantly reminding that slave that no matter how well you are, how well, how much we absorb you, how much we love you, you still remain a slave. That remains a sore in the heart. That will remain a sore in the heart of the victim. I love Nigeria. I love America. Let me tell you, things that Donald Trump said that is good about Nigeria is the fact that he chastises Nigerians so much, not just Nigerians, but Africans generally. I know he has never hidden his um, what he meant for Nigerians from the time of his campaign in the first term, and he has advanced it in this second time, as I've said. I'm just wondering if Donald Trump comes to power today. Up to today now, Donald Trump's administration gave room to some selected African countries to continue to migrate to America. I may be right, I may be wrong, but I think to Nigerians, Nigeria is not part of the countries today that America welcomes in terms of their visa lottery, which is the cheapest and the most affordable, um, the most affordable means route for coming to America. It has never hit. I mean, because you see that if you check, Nigeria is not among the list of those that are still allowed to play visa lottery today. So that's how much. And now that he's even saying that those of them who are there, he did not classify whether, okay, you have been there, you're already a citizen, you have your green card, you have everything, so you are exempted. He did not say so. Say all Nigerians, that he gave them 30 days to return to their countries, otherwise they will be used for slave trade. That's the one that baffles me most. Like they will say in my side of the country that when we are shedding tears, we still manage to see through the tears. I think, yes, bad as Donald Trump may think Nigerians are, I think that's so sweeping that is he saying that there is no good person? Individually, he has already picked um, Davido, who should have been a good image for Nigeria, but whose practices, this is what we are saying, his behavior and everything, even though it is his moral, private life. If you ask me, which one is worse? Thank God that Davido has not gone for homosexualism. I don't know. It has not been reported that he is. But if he's having an affair with women and is polygamous in nature, well, I think that's just his own choice. It should not have anything to do with generalizing it to mean for Nigerians. After all, Donald Trump himself, as we have learned, had more than one wife, had children from 2 or 3 women, if I'm correct. And whosoever can do that is as promiscuous as Davido. So it's like now a kettle cutting a pot black. You understand what I mean? But it's a pity. And two, Donald Trump is somebody that, well, like I said, never been able to place him. The only thing I was watching out for during his first tenure was whether one way or the other he will, excuse me, he would expel black Africans from that, but he was kind of very tactical or strategic about that. All he did was to put a stumbling block towards people who are genuinely thinking if they can still go to America to become their greener pasture. And he implemented that to the letter, at least, unless those of you who are in America, you can tell me otherwise. But maybe you also enjoyed his tenure. I don't know. But at least I was happy that he did not suddenly wake up one day and say, let everybody return home to their home countries. Where, I mean, what would that have meant to those of you who are there? Good. Now, if Donald Trump becomes president the second time, and he now happens to want to fulfill his promises to evict Nigerians from America, my fellow Nigerians, since he's targeting Nigeria now, my fellow Nigerians, my concern for you is what will be your alternative? What will be your alternative? The other day, one of the presidents of America gave us the statistics that as at that time, I can't remember the year now, a long time ago, that the medical doctors that are Nigerian medical doctors that are doing very well in America, duly registered, duly certified, they were 27,000. And of course, many more would have been there. Even things were not as hard as this, but they were 27,000. Let's even take that sector alone. How, if you just suddenly say those people should return to Nigeria, Nigerians, medical doctors, if you are asked to return to Nigeria today, what will be your reaction? And you are compellingly asked to leave, and you are given 30 days notice to quit. What will be your reaction? Okay. Now, assuming that happened, I just wonder how hellish life will be for people. Now, let me ask you, brethren, who are in America, Nigerians in particular, who have been domiciled in America. It can happen in UK, it can happen in any country. It can happen anywhere. If America is voicing it out, it's because they are playing. Now, the question I asked you is, you have been in America for several years. I have been an advocate of wherever you are, never forget your home. Home na better. Indeed, use every avenue you have in that country to build yourself up here. It's a pity that the fear of insecurity and all that is troubling many of you to think that Nigeria is totally an impossible state. It is not so. I've been an advocate that as you are building whatever you are building there, have a home here. Have your professional skills developed here. For instance, if you are like a medical doctor, for instance, get the best of these qualifications in America. Make sure that your long-term goal should be to return home and having built gigantic hospital here, with up-to-date technological advancement. Have it here so that when you are returning, you come and be practicing here, where you will shine and where nobody will trouble you, or where you can move about, and pride yourself as human being. So then have a home that you call your own here. Have businesses that you call your own here. I want to tell you the story of two friends that I knew. One of the reasons I was advocating that no matter where you go, never allow a period of your life to be a gap between you and your base. These two friends, I came to know them through a friend of mine. Indeed, one of them really helped me here during the period of my admission to the university. It was then I knew them better. The two of them went to America through the educational route. One of them was about 52 years old by the time he returned to Nigeria. The second one was about that age, should be around 50. They were close friends. Both of them returned to Nigeria by the time they were 50, 52. And by the time they came, they had, okay, one of them that I know very well had 4 children over there. And the second one, I don't know much about his family life. But that's the one that is closest to me is the one that, as he had 4 children there. When he came here, at the age of 52 was when he started looking for employment here. He got employment with the power holding countries, the company of Nigeria. And not only that, it was when he got back here, he got married again and started his life all over. And I think he has had up to 2 or 3 children. And today, he was struggling and he lamented all through. And he has died, as I speak with you, regrettably, achieving nothing. And even the woman he married here, of course, will be the one bearing responsibility for the number of children they had within a short period. And he left the US and settled eventually managed to find accommodation in Agege, highly populated area. I mean, somebody who has been to America and has spent such number of years, if he had been somebody in his heydays when he has been building himself up here, by the time he left America frustrated, he would have come here and at least start from a better pedestal. And this man had a very wonderful qualification in engineering, very good. Eventually, like I said, he got a job with a power holding company of Nigeria. So, brethren, if America asks you to leave today, he left himself out of frustration. The second person said he wanted to establish filling station, and by the time they gave him qualifications and so on that he needs to meet before he could become a station owner, he got frustrated till he came here and he started life all over again. Brethren, I also know another professor who taught me in one of our seminars in my organization then. Let me not mention his name. He came to Nigeria in his 50s too. He told us during the seminar, he said, man, there's no place like it. He said he got to a point in his life that Gary, he was feeling that he was missing Gary, missing pounded, missing our foodstuffs there. And indeed, he had 4 children over there too. But all that, and he did well, and he's a very sound fellow, because at least I can attest from what he taught us, that eventually he came here to establish one consultancy firm, training center, and so on. And, then he started his life all over again. And by the time we met that time, he said it was after in his 50s that he came here to go and marry a Nigerian. And then they started having children. And he said he was working on his 6th children after the 4 that he had in America, that all these people that I talked to you, none of them had their wives with them here. Okay. Another popular example, Pastor Igodalo Itua of RCCG. He married a foreigner. He had issues. The wife would not come home. Then it became a problem for him when he got to Nigeria. Religious problem, that he could not remarry is a problem. We knew where that landed him. He ended up having to establish his own church. But the good thing about Itua is that I believe he never lost touch with his home. He's still very relevant here, even in spite of the religious saga. He ended up, here, becoming an hero. But all the other people that I mentioned to you, they became uh, like slaves there. Like what Yoruba will say, àti jù wọ́n la bá lọ, àìtó wọn la bá bọ̀, àìtẹ́gbẹ́ la bá bọ̀. That is, when you are going for greener pasture, your expectation should be that when you return home, you should be better off. But unfortunately, all those ones that I gave you the examples of, apart from Pastor Ighodalo Shonu, Ighodalo Itua of RCCG, every one of them came back home frustrated. Fellow Nigerians, will you learn anything from these happenings? Are you still carried away by the witches and wizards that you say are pursuing you here? That will make you not to even go and find another suitable place to settle yourself. To God be the glory. I had an occasion to be in London Kensington Hotel. Those of you are familiar with that. I met with the two people that are of notable, that taught me lesson. Two of them. One of them was the gate man, black man, as black as the Kenyans of this world. But I thought he was a Kenyan, not until my wife and I were talking, and he spoke Yoruba and said, "Yín Èkó nìyẹn." So I never knew. Then he started telling me a story that he could have come home, but there is no, even that it was too late. It will never be too late for you in Yahushua's name. It was too late for those people that I mentioned earlier. Pastor Ighodalo Shonu Itua was able to still come back an hero, but those ones came back with nothing. And it's so sad. Now you are hearing Donald Trump is coming. If Donald Trump has come, whether he wins or not, another Donald Trump that will win will come, that will hate Nigerians, that will hate Africans more than Donald Trump expressly stated. You know, some people will not even campaign and they will not say it out, but they can one day and say, order them to be killing anybody, that is not their own, from their race. So, brethren, no matter how sweet you think any country you reside in, brothers and sisters, no matter how sweet it may be, a time may come, remember, a king arose in Egypt that knew not Pharaoh, the Pharaoh that hosted the Israelites. Another king rose. In America, they are already rising. So, it's a pity, but it is the stark reality of life. If you are asked to leave America today, or any country for that matter, how stable will you be? My advice to you is, wherever you are, never forget your home. Nigeria is a country that can receive you live or dead. Nigeria is a country where you have the best of your pride. This is where you have human dignity. This is where you mean so much to your family, to the entire Nigeria. You mean so much to God. But in those countries, I'm telling you, no matter how far you may go there, you know it yourself. Yes, Obama became the president of America, yes. Who else? Ben Carson attempted to become the president of America, and he succeeded, became the director of Johns Hopkins, hospital. Yes. But long staying as they have been, from generation to generation, a generation may come in America that will say, even up to Ben Carson, up to Obama, should retrace their steps. Well, maybe because Obama had a white mother, maybe there will be consideration. But what if especially those of you who are both Nigerians or Africans and you have children there. If it doesn't happen to you, it may happen to your children. It may happen to your children's children. It may happen to your children's children's children. But remember, if you build yourself here, yes, you will say, oh, but some people have come to try to do that they were killed and that. Oh, it's unfortunate. Evil is everywhere. It's a pity. But it doesn't mean that you too will die like that. And those that are affected, may God Almighty make a way for their families to recover. It's unfortunate, but it's a wicked world. This is another manifestation of wickedness. Remember what I said. If Donald Trump, who voiced it out, did not carry out all these things, another somebody will still come that will say, like they said in Egypt, that, sorry, these people, the way they are growing, they will overpower us one day. And we want to cut the population, and we begin to maltreat and use Africans for slave trade. Will your children be amongst them? It may even happen during your generation. If it happens, will you be caught unawares? Then your children, your children's children, wherever you are, please, home is the best. Nigerians, you have been spotted. You have been, you have been marked for destruction. God loves you. May you not be destroyed. May the contemplation of the enemy not prevail over you. But for it not to happen, remember your home. No matter how the luxury you have in America or any other country, Nigeria is your surest bet. I always talk about this Baba medical doctor, late Dr. Majekodumi, who owns St. Nicholas Hospitals in Lagos, at the heart of Lagos. This is a man qualified, and he did Nigeria proud by building that hospital. He's long gone now, and his children will be all over the world, but wherever they are, nobody can threaten them. If they say anything happens today, they come back home and they will be blessing late Papa Majekodumi. Whatever your profession is, aim at having a root here. God bless you. I hope you will take a clue from what is happening. Are we learning at all, Nigerians? If we fail to learn, what happened to the foolish ones will happen to us. Nigeria is your base. If you like, let your tone change. Let everything about you be Americanized. Let it be Londonized. The only place you have your full human dignity is Nigeria. Build a base here so that you will be glad you did, and the generations after you would bless you for it. Nigeria is going to be better, no matter how bad. If you contribute and I contribute, we are going to, we all enjoy it. Let it happen through you. God bless you. I just say to chip this in. Have a very wonderful day.